See these jousts for position over towards Yard. bodyy lobbing out an early smoker, and there's a couple of flashes. And we've seen from a few teams, a smoke just like this. They're actually going to get up the standard wall. And as long as they can cross over towards red box, they should be able to get themselves down secret without any worries whatsoever.
Well, let's see if they can do it. It'll be difficult to spam them through just a USP, but one bullet connects at least. That's towards bodyy. Under 76, but overall pretty successful. Everyone for HEET has made their way down towards the lower bomb. So we've seen config down here a few times. Sometimes gets everyone, sometimes gets no one. We'll see.
This is was good for Mal. Oh, Jesus! Wrist breaker right there, and another one click from config. Okay, sometimes he gets none, sometimes he gets them all. Definitely the latter this time round.
Yeah, that was very impressive, and he might have something else left in the can here. It's going to be a very impressive sequence. Back to a 3-on-2 though. A slight chance for HEET, but they're running out of space. They are being overwhelmed as JACKZ patrolling towards the vents, trying to find any sort of point of access here. bodyy with the bomb on his back as well. Like we said, he was tagged up at the start, down in 44. Waiting towards single door, going to try and cross over, but Blame ready and waiting. Poise of the USP actually gets caught off. So is that going to be the bomb going down? We'll see. It's actually JACKZ is there on the bomb side, not bodyy.
Well, body's in towards the window now. That bomb has been spotted. He's been peppered down even lower. 6 points of health, and JACKZ is going to have to hit. An absolute blinder here. Getting wrapped on right now from glaive. The awareness is there for JACKZ, but the timing maybe not as he scooted towards the front of the side. Now his back's turned, and the Julies, they just have to land the last bullet, and they will. bodyy, they're trying to hightail it up the vent. The race is on, and lucky to be alive. Up the vent he slides, hopes for the aggression, but that's given time to these Heaven players, and I don't think he'll even get the plant here. Poor bodyy. Left with a bit of a red face there. Well handled, but you have to say, stylish scenes from config turns that round into cream.
So it's all down to config there. A brilliant first shot there.
So tidy, isn't it?
So nice. And then the second was absolutely spectacular as well. Manages to get 3 in total. The round a little bit closer than you might expect, but no plant. And 1-0 for Astralis. It will be HEET with the full eco coming into round number 2. As we don't see much more than a Desert Eagle and a PT-50. So in terms of rifle watch for Astralis, 3 of those, a couple of MP9s in the mix as well. And bodyy just trying to use the aforementioned Deagle towards the silo position, see if there's any cheeky 1-digs available.
It felt very defaulty against Mouse, right? Their approach to the game didn't have the same nuisance that Floppy provided when we covered the Astralis versus Complexity game. Floppy was causing some real issues with his vent dives. I'm not sure if HEET are going to have a similar port of call here as far as
don't mind this.
Their operating capacity. Yeah, I'm just curious what they're getting up to here. Is it just to use the elevated position to get them as they swing back out?
They try and get down towards lower. They can catch a rotation kill perhaps, I suppose, but didn't work out. So guess that won't be happening.
No, it was a curious attempt. But do you remember when there used to be, so this is a bit of history for everybody because this is a nothing round, in that position where you saw those players boosting, there used to be 2 massive yellow silos. You remember those?
Yeah, absolutely. You could actually tuck in beneath it or boost on top of it as well, right? Yeah,
remember it was a really
difficult boost to get up there. But yeah, you're dead on as Farlig makes light work of them. Was it viable in pro play? Could you actually get up there consistently?
Yeah, I know we used it in Source. The thing with super boosting was it was so rare, right? To be able to do it, it was like the perfect storm of the peak of at the peak to hit the jump, so you get the extra bit of acceleration.
Just as that jumping, and you had the apex of yours, and then they could jump off your head one more time and get up there.
Sometimes you would even get like this crazy, kind of like we use run boosting now, but you get a bit of upward acceleration in a similar fashion. But if you could get up there, then you could also tuck in and be on that pipe, and that pipe would go all the way like down the back. It was very rare to see it used, but definitely a cheesy play, and always good for 1 as a minimum.
Well, we are looking out for those sort of plays from HEET. We'll see if they've got any more boost up their sleeve, though. For now, it's going to be an upper rush, and they might actually have a chance. This opening frag, config incredibly blind on the bomb side. It's up to glaive now. He's being surrounded by these Tech 9s. He's good for 1. Whoa, it's not looking good at all. JACKZ just leaps into the bomb site and goes down. Just blame it for many, and that's an upper rush chat that's worked out very well for them.
I think you thought it was the bath water Mediterranean Sea outside, just diving head first. It's great out there, not so much in that top site.
Yeah,
well handled here. And this is HEET with the interesting buy pattern again, right? They just went for pistol upgrades last round. Then this round they go for something a little bit more something. And then now they're going to find themselves in a full gun round next round off of the back of this. So it is curious, right? We saw similar scenes on Dust 2. They won the pistol, then they did that B rush. So interesting that pace is a big factor of HEET's game here.
Well, we've seen lots of upper rushes on Nuke be successful with teams like Complexity, but it's all about the flashbangs. You can see config with nothing to do there, and glaive, it's such a frustrating position. When you're being surrounded, you can feel them encroaching from every angle around you. Did well to even get one, but there we have it. HEET are on the board here, and it's now the eco for Astralis. They've got the M4 for Blame, but that is about it.
Yeah, a lot of belief here for Blame. He's invested heavily right now, so they're going to have to hope he can get a kill or two out of this. Otherwise, it's going to be all for naught. And there you go, down the vent. So this is going to be a highlight of the half. Against Complexity, Zip was tasked with going down there and just watching the vent at start of rounds to try and put a leash on Floppy, but got to put a leash on Afro right now. Up and over. Farlig goes down. The spam through is great from Afro. This individual, I definitely saw some murmurs after the first game or two for HEET, and they're like, oh, look, these guys, you know, they're online, you know, they're not performing so well. They're just getting comfortable to the environment, right? There's so many more broad expectations on these players now. And once upon a time, it never used to be like that. People would understand you have to start getting to your first few events. You have differences in scale of events. Getting just your feet in for land, getting your feet wet, that's half of the battle.
Well, they certainly are making a decent go at it here against Astralis. Picking up that first map, and now on the third.
Flames here.
Tie things up.
So Zip, Henry. Both of them are here. That's a nice shot. That M4 from Rap can activate the second, and it's going to take down JACKZ. They know that the bomb was over towards a single door and trying to get ahead of it right now. Up the vent again. The race is on. We've seen this one before. Bodyy.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, this is the perfect play. This is the perfect play.
Real nice response here. Blame doesn't opt for the heaven laterally, so he might be one step ahead of this.
If he looks up.
Which he doesn't.
They do say don't look up.
Yeah, true. They do say that. But for now, Blame F with no kits, no utility. Like he said, he invested a lot into this round. It's not the most exciting thing to say, but I dare say he should just be saving the M4 for the buy going forward, and that's what he'll do.
All right. Well, tidy round from HEET. Get it across the line here. There was moments of worry, but all in all, they'll handle it with the right response. This is the thing, you're going to, not every round you're going to keep everybody alive here. It got dicey because of the Zip Deagle and the Blame M4, but then as soon as they were under that threat, they just rotated accordingly, and they make sure to secure this second round of play, avoiding any more threat in the round.
Round 5 is coming up, and we have got a bit of a timeout for now. We'll see if it's tactical or technical. I think it might be
tactical.
Latter. Oh, it is.
Yeah, Astralis have taken a timeout here to discuss their options.
Well, they did save the M4, and they should be buying up regardless here. So no harm, no foul for Blame F, who manages to hold on to his cash, can reinvest with the utility as well. But I suppose it's up to Farlig whether he wants to buy the AWP, Chad. He's only got 5K, so it would be glass cannon territory.
Lots of talking from Glaive here. An awful lot of chit-chat there, just giving the marching orders. Now Config Blame starting to chime in. It won't be the AWP. They're actually operating here with Farlig on the rifle, so valuing the utility here. Glaive is going to be operating with an MP9 and config into a FAMA. So it's a buy. There's a kit in play. The util's there. Be a great round to win here to get those upgrades into AKs.
See what they can make of it. Round 5 is underway. It's HEET looking to make a dent here on their T-side campaign. So far, so good. Haven't been completely smothered in the early stages. They've kept things level.
It's the most important time of the game for them, right? Because if they can win this, they can build a healthy bed of rounds here early in the T half.
True. Up against the FAMAS and the MP9, could be a chance here. Both teams spamming towards those squeaky doors, and it's Afro who's feeling brave up against ZipX, an iconic RAM player. He's seen it all, Chad. I think that's fair to say, but right now, holding the headshot position, just one kill, drop off, that's the dream. He knows it as well as Afro encroaches on his position. Here comes the peek. Oh, gets the dink, and that's the AK coming out on top. So, advantage for HEET. Good Molotov as well. There's no rotation in from Farlig, so they take a lot of damage there, but it's going to be Djoko just presenting some sort of presence there.
This is where I'm the most worried, though. The mid-rounds on Inferno, when they had number advantages, were very poor. Very, very poor. That's a nice molly there. It's going to force Farlig a little bit wider on the beam. CT vent cleared as well. Exercise is just going to stroll on out and take down Glaive. It's just this position of Farlig they have to account for. And, well, combined, Config and Farlig are going to get 3. Afro's drawn one back, but it's still a 2-on-2, and the drop off the hut will be heard into the MP9. And that's not the weapon for the job. He's going to get him out of dodge, and now it's Blame from the heavens. He has been spotted. Mollied out as well. The nade, it's not bad. The kill, even better. Afro has to clutch up.
He doesn't plan.
He fakes it. He wants to take the fight if he can rumble Farlig somehow. There's a way into this round, but time is the biggest issue. He's going to have to clear Squeaky now. It's down the vent. They can just chase him. They can just hunt him. He has to plant. That's the only way he can
Farlig
win.
can sacrifice himself, right? So he can plan, but at what cost? Farlig's just going to be running in, even if he dies. It's round over. So a plant at least. It was looking quite good for HEET though, but you said that a few times on Inferno to get the advantages in the round would just melt in front of their eyes as Astralis steal it back. Interesting that Farlig had to go for the MP9, a downgrade in the mid-round. But I guess instead of the reload, wanted to pick up a weapon that was available to him.
Okay, well that's how JACKZ gets an easy one there, but this is the issue. The molly that they threw in initially was to deal with that position, but it only forced him further back. It didn't mean that there was nobody there, so broad assumptions being made from HEET here, and it will come back to cost them. But they can buy again, and Astralis is still on the ropes. They only had 2 survive, so the cash not flooding just yet.
Still anyone's map, that's for sure. Incendiaries thrown over. Only the first smoke so far for the T side, so we'll have to throw the second manually if they want to use it. 4 players towards outer. Not looking too good. They're running out of time on the first smokes. They need to get their skates on if they're even going to get close to crossing.
Oh, here comes a second wave of U2 here, so trying to bait Astralis into a false sense of security. They knew what was coming. Blame seen one cross. Farlig as well can hear these steps as they do just quite easily get across.
Love to see that.
That is clearly a missed smoke.
Yeah.
So they get the territory regardless.
They got away with it, and they didn't necessarily see how many players were there, but for now, 4 of them. Oh, first kill as well. Where was that? That's some exercise.
Yeah, he was out towards yard, Farlig, so maybe coming in towards main. They now know the pressure's coming. Zips on the rafters in the side. It's Glaive for next contact, but Config's gone down top. They might want to reconsider this. You don't have to go in towards the B bomb site just yet. You know that you have a man on that A bomb site here, and the mulling, there's a lot of miscommunication here. A is clear.
Take it easy, lads. Deep breaths. We've got 35 seconds and a 4-on-2.
Up the vent to A. That's the path of least resistance right now. Be like water.
There we go. Looks like it's under control. And that should be it. It's quite a clumsy round. It has to be said from HEET. Missed smokes and awkward crossing towards Secret, but they got away with it. Traded effectively and exercise doing God's work towards upper.
Is Farlig's body, Henry. I found it for you.
So that's from Squeaky Door, perhaps?
Main. Yeah, so JACKZ has actually done a pretty good job over towards this lobby anchor position. There it is. Thank you, Mr. JRaz. We've got Rushdie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the 1s through 0s, and we've got Jay bringing you all the context. Level game right now.
Absolutely true. And on the T side of Nuke as well, you kind of fancy the chances of HEET. They've got a long, arduous task ahead of them, but looking pretty good. They're staying competitive, and Astralis will have weaponry going forward as well, the 2 M4s, and they can buy into this a little bit. Both players saving towards the ramp room, but that's a clean one. It's all down to exercise as well. Very nice kill towards main entrance. Finds Config here on the left-hand side as well. He was 8 HP, so no problem at all. The boost didn't work out, but Glaive didn't stand a chance there. Out of position and out of time.
Well, in this situation now with the 2 saved M4s, Farlig could buy one as well. So they could have 3 M4s with armor, and then Glaive and Config can have some upgraded pistols. They've picked into the 5-7, and actually Farlig won't invest, so saving their cash. Next round is only 1900 loss bonus. It's going to be a curious couple of rounds here. This can be a building block round right now for HEET. A conversion here, and maybe another half buy in the next for Astralis is a chance to get up to 5. In the first 8 played, that is huge if they can convert, but we know how dastardly these pistols can be, especially the 5-7 towards the Squeaky, towards the hut, just spamming away with 20 bullets. It's very scary.
Well, we know Astralis can be mortal on this map, dropping it in overtime, triple overtime to complexity. So plenty of intel out there as to how they play the map, and I'm sure HEET will be looking to capitalize upon that. So, Chad mentioned just the pistols, a couple of M4s, bodyy biding his time. Not trying to give anything away here. He's in quite a precarious spot. We'll drop down some utility for his teammates. Nice catch.
My biggest worry is about if they take too long in a situation like this, because then you see how flustered they are in these mid-rounds.
They're mollying each other.
Their pacing goes out the window, their spacing is non-existent, and right now their clears as well. Djoko turns right in the nick of time. Config will go down, and a couple more kills. Nice from JACKZ. Haven't had said his name in a long while. 2 big kills to avoid any dramas, and it's poor Glaive here. The last man standing in a 1-on-5 situation. Should have no hope.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. Not really much he can do with this position. He's in towards the hut right now. 5-7. Kevlar, sure, but he's got exercise coming around the corner, and he'll make light work of him. There we have it. It will be HEET taking the lead on the T side of Nuke. Who would have thought? And Chad, the money is still pretty woeful. You mentioned this could lead to a 5-on-3 situation as HEET may have all the resources they could possibly ask for. They've actually got $7,000 pretty much across the board as well. So Astralis, another partial buy perhaps?
Yeah, they're just going to have to go with some light investments again and hope that they can pick up an early AK here. Zip into a Deagle, the same could be said for Blame. The other three are going to be operating with USPs. Again, it's HEET's advantage to squander here. Molly top heart, smokes in towards main. They've got some pace behind this, and as long as the first kill falls in their favor, so will the rest of the dominoes. Djoko draws first blood, and behind the smoke, Config can't survive for too long. Djoko now starting to get activated in this. This is a awkward tussle, and he will come out on top. It's just the Deagles for Blame as he comes around the back lines. It's the wrong side. Djoko is doing the I'll kill everybody strategy. Bodyy, come on now. Now we're getting a little bit silly.
A little bit wacky, bit zany. I'm all for it. But ZipX funded the AK-47. That'll be very handy towards the ramp room, let me tell you. So I'll be hoping to hold on to that, but JACKZ has got other ideas. We'll hear him retreating towards T-spawn, so that's knife out. Off we go.
Tunnel vision, though, isn't he?
Yeah. He knows where ZipX is residing. He's got time to find him, I suppose, but the thing is you have to walk the entire way. He'll have the advantage on the angle.
Zip might not expect this because someone might have had to have gone past Blame, so...
Oh, they spotted him. That's enough. Has to throw the Molotov to buy some time. And there we have it. So we'll save the AK-47. They were buying regardless. And here comes Farlig with the AWP. Can be very impressive on this map, but we'll see what HEET have got in store for him. Round number 9 coming up, 5-3 overall in favor of the French squad HEET.
If you just put yourself in HEET's position for a moment, put yourself in their shoes.
Right. At
this point of the game, having 5 rounds on the T side, are they AFK or are they just...
Yeah, it's a cheeky AFK.
Time?
He still hasn't moved.
Okay. JACKZ?
Oh.
JACKZ.
We good?
Guys.
He still hasn't moved.
Guys.
He's back, he's back. Is he?
JACKZ?
Maybe just adjusting the seat.
JACKZ, what's going on? You good?
Okay.
You good, Jackie boy? He looks good.
I guess it's fine. Well, no, still.
It doesn't look fine, but the problem is, like, if you have an issue, call it before any damage gets done, because if damage gets done, we have a problem.
True, good point.
If there's a problem, let's say there's a problem.
I'm looking at the
I hate this.
text chat as well. Nothing coming through.
I hate this so much.
It looks like he might be okay. It slowed the round.
But as well, there's going to be problems because they don't play at this level, right, Henry? So they might not know the protocol. You got to read the rule book. He seems to be playing fine now. Oh, we're getting an FPS bug here. So
it's all good. Maybe he's got the FPS bug, and that's what he was dealing with. And we experienced the same thing. That's not a bad shout, I would say. Either way, 40 seconds remaining, ladies and gents. Says an upper execution, maybe a labored one here, a bit of a confusing round here, but the execution comes through nonetheless. It's going to be Bodyy to open things up. Glaive this time fighting admirably towards the upper bomb site. Config will join him in the fragging department as well, as just 2 players remain. Pretty underwhelming round there, all things considered, Chad.
The highlight was JACKZ not leaving spawn.
Yeah, and I guess it's just one of those calls, like, everyone's a bit frustrated, asking what the hell's going on, why are you not moving? And
yeah, there's no focus on the round in that situation.
Exactly.
If a bug is going to, I'm assuming here, I'm making some broad assumptions.
Sure.
Let's say you had the FPS bug. Just call the FPS bug, fix the FPS bug, and then get underway with a round. Won't be disrupted. I don't know what happened, but that's what it looked like happened.
It's just because it's one of those maps like Nuke where not a lot happens, maybe in the first 30 seconds if you don't want it to. He felt like he was safe. He would just sort it out and get on with it. But yeah, it seemed distracting. It's distracting for us.
Technical, and he's just left the game.
Right.
So they've essentially just thrown around a way around here because they didn't want to address the issue.
It's distracting for everyone. You're just hearing this go on and say, why have we got a player in T-spawn? Like, you're not going to be thinking straight with all that going on.
Yeah, especially the in-game leader.
Yeah.
Because you immediately
FPS bug, Chad. We called it.
Yeah, of course.
So, I guess you're right, though. They could have called the tech before damage was done and actually replayed the round. But I guess not meant to be. They seem fine with it. They're just going to keep going.
That's on them.
Yeah.
That's on them there. We all know that this bug does come up with Counter-Strike. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. I've gone past the point of questioning how things are. That's just the way it is. There's solutions for it. We know what they are. And in this medium of Counter-Strike, we have plenty of ways to deal with it.
And now, Bodyy's game has crashed. So it's all going wrong, falling apart at the seams here. As we've had an FPS bug, a game crash, and if you are just joining us, I'll give you a quick recap as to how this one has gone down. A show-stopping performance from HEET to open things up on Dust 2 on the loosey-goosey map. They look very agile, very confident, kind of shaking off the nerves that we saw earlier on in the tournament. Moving on to Inferno next, it has to be said, Astralis with a dominant performance. To be fair, their map pick. And we're here on the great decider now of Nuke, which you would assume is very familiar territory for Astralis, but they're currently down 5-4 on their CT campaign.
And I'm just thinking about this, I'm framing it again. I'm looking at this from the underdog's perspective. Now, HEET are going to be in their head about this. I think if they don't bounce back with a round almost immediately out of these tech issues, at least a competitive affair where they get the bomb down and maybe they lose in a 2-on-2, if they just get obliterated now, I think that this map might just go down the gurgler, because there's some big dramas mentally here. You've got a bunch of players who don't have a whole lot of experience. If they're feeling a little bit mentally out of it, that round might stick with them for an extra couple, and then that's just going to build and build and build.
Well, thank you for bearing with us. We apologize for the delay, but we are back off to the races as we enter round number 10 here, and we'll check out the buys, see if we can predict what's going to go down. No AWP on the T side, but Farlig has got the big green out, ready to strike back and find the 5th round for Astralis if possible. So yeah, forget about all the issues, move on and deploy the utility towards main. On top of Squeaky as well, JACKZ just bombarding them here. It's towards ramp we go. Farlig actually there to receive as well, gets the first opening shot towards Djoko. They still get ramp control, and it's back to a 4-on-4. JACKZ in a precarious spot now, just needs to fall back.
The nade looks good for a moment there. Cover the boxes, we'll shroud them from damage as we'll have to worry about blame towards the CT box and the heaven of Zip, who's been tickled away at 6 HP. He doesn't like that very much. Afro aware of this. He was pre-aiming. What a shot on the blame. What a shot.
That was something special quite there. You're dead on. And now they have the man advantage again, and he knows JACKZ is low. Is heaven the access point, though? Can they vault up there? JACKZ playing this smartly, though, and actually outmaneuvers him. That's very well done.
Okay, 3-on-3. The Zip starts to be towards the heavens here. Bodyy, that molly, that could be perfect placed. And Zip will have me flushed to the open towards his teammates, towards Yard. Why aren't they looking? Why aren't they looking? The molly was perfect. Nobody's taking that Zip. They still can't work it out. Thank God for Bodyy. Molly off the vent. They know Farlig's lower.
After being spammed under 5 points of health, JACKZ still manages to wiggle his way into 2 more frags. A winnable position now for Farlig. If they give this round up, they'll be kicking themselves. HEET with the smoke down towards main, the bomb plant towards upper. Farlig has flashbangs, but no kit available. AK-47 in hand and just has to wait for what feels like an eternity. There is the kit available towards Squeaky Door. Doesn't fancy it, Chad. He's just going to save the AWP. That's going to be 6-4. So a couple of nightmare situations there for HEET up in round number 10, but they recover, land on their feet, and they've got the 6th.
Really good stuff from Afro, right? That awareness there as well. I think Farlig might have a kill here, tucked in behind main. AWP in the back should be... Oh, okay, he will take the shot. I think he was questioning whether or not he needed to make that kill, but we'll add it to the stats. And exercises trying to hunt him down. Don't know if he's going to get there in time. And Farlig gets the headshot, so great shot. Still plenty of money for the buy here. Astralis will retain the AWP. They're so close on that one, but is this one just the awareness there, ready for another player? Blame just gets obliterated. And this here was why it was so quizzical, because, yeah, look at this. JACKZ is in the open taking a fight against Glaive, I understand, but you think they would have been ready for a play like that?
Well, they're enjoying themselves, it seems. Smiles all round. Getting a lot of smiles this event, Chad, has to be said.
Good to see everyone having a good time.
Yeah, well, a very important round here and a very important interaction. Jumps in the vents. Afro fortunately doesn't pull the trigger. Wasn't quite ready for that one. And still, decent positional control towards HUT there. That could be important. Exercise does punish. Takes down Glaive towards upper.
Excuse me.
How did he pull that one off?
He just walked out.
Yeah, Config, I suppose, didn't catch it.
Open door and open opportunity now. They know that Farlig dropped down the vent because Afro saw it. So they know that at least there is a player down towards the lower deck for now. That might help with the decision-making tree here. Flames had to turtle in towards heaven and hell, trying to assist Config the best he can. Bodyy does have this secret control, and Config knows he needs to go for an aggressive maneuver. I don't know if Afro is going to be ready for this on the fade, and he is on his lonesome in Squeaky Door for now.
He seems to be somewhat ready for it, but he'll spot the boots first, and there it is. Comes out on top. This is a very key interaction now. If Farlig takes down Bodyy comfortably, they're right back into it, but he's got him for sure. Nice work. JACKZ, aggressive as well, comes out on top. They are salvaging this round. It was looking like another one going in favor of HEET, but they brought it back to a 3 versus 2. Blame F, nice position towards the HUD as well. The AWP, unlikely to take him down, and there it is. Actually quite a comfortable round towards the end after losing the first 2 picks.
Oh, well handled there, and it is just a 1-round game here, but he already has 6 on the T side. I think if they can Well, I don't know. I'd already be happy with 6, to be completely honest with you.
Sure.
There's still quite a few rounds to be played here. If they can get one more, that'd be nice. This is just a stroll out. Doesn't see a whole lot.
Oh,
Walks out with the flash at Squeaky, so it's good. Kill's good. He did his job. He really did his job there.
4 on a map like Nuke, yeah, it's going to be the CTs on the backwood. They're spread thin in terms of their defense, so a frustrating one to open things up, but Blame App shut it down. Round 12, last of the French cash available. Desert Eagle for Afro, and Blame trying to get him towards the vent this time. Just about makes it down there, takes a few bullets for good luck.
I think they're really making sure that they can't have these vent drops coming in from HEET, right? We've already highlighted this several times now, but there always seems to be someone braving the fire, the flames, the smoke, and the spray, as JACKZ is very lucky to be alive here. Body's found a gap though, Henry. Bodyy has found a very tidy gap. If he could just navigate the gray screen, no, he can't. He can't. Config had enough time and awareness there to isolate Body's position.
Nice incendiary. Glaive trying to push them back from the upper bomb side. It's a very successful approach so far as they juggle the weapons around, maybe back towards outside. Still a minute to play with here. They've got a smoker, a couple of Molotovs, and indeed they'll explore the outside territory. But of course, you'd expect Farlig to be out there. He's in all the way in CT spawn, however. So what do they do next? To go towards main, perhaps?
They're not in a great position here.
No.
The thing is, to isolate this fight on Farlig is really hard. He's going to get the first shot for sure. And then he'll just drop down and play with the info. And there it is. And now the info, he can just sit here and say, hey, look, could be a couple yard. Repositioning. He'll hopefully get a teammate over to help him here. Farlig, he's definitely found some pep in the step. The reaggress, the fight. He's going to grab another here. He doesn't stop. This man's become a mentalist the last couple of days. And it is just going to be JACKZ coming out hot with the deagle in hand. Had a free opportunity there for a kill onto Config, but the pistols in the back, never easy. And we're tied up.
We are tied up indeed. Round 13 on the menu, and I dare say it's going to be a bit of an eco situation for HEET here. Astralis, sure, they're losing opening picks right now, but they are recovering the rounds cleanly and safely. Is Config detecting the presence towards main entrance. Bodyy gets absolutely dropped. Nice reposition for Farlig as well. Just making sure they can't get anywhere near towards our main entrance as Config. Oh, that's a nice little 90-degree flick. And Farlig really coming to life now, looking like he's hitting the majority of his shots. Took him a while to get going after the Dust 2 affair they encountered to open up this series. But here we are, the third and final map, the first half. And we're at 6-6. As you mentioned though, Chad, the fact that HEET have already got 6 rounds, that's a pretty decent T-side campaign on Nuke, to be honest with you. Anything else at this juncture would be a bit of a bonus, I would say.
Yeah, so scrape together another 1 or 2 rounds. That'd be bloody fantastic. Just taking a quick look here at the series so far. Farlig had a pretty good Dust too. He was the top performer. Inferno was the opposite. And now here on Nuke, find himself back towards the top of the scoreboard. And he's one of the players on this team who gets the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. So when he is playing well, we need to make sure we shine the wheels. He has been looking let off the leash in some regard, re-peeking with this AWP. The flare that you're looking for is Body's going to molly-top heart, and they're just going to pop out. The flash from Afro, how good is it? Glaive will exchange a volley of his own. The bottle of flames burning away, and he steps out, 1-1 for 1, and zips there for the trade. So this should be covered. There's just not enough players pushing into the site.
Yeah, it's not quite as potent as we once saw before when they had the Tech 9s in armor. They had all the flashbangs and Molotovs going down there. It was very chaotic. You could see Glaive, we saw him as POV that time, very comfortable, ducking and weaving, managing to take them down, and there was no real pressure of them giving that round up. So there we have it. It's going to be 7-6. Astralis take the lead once again, and the money back in favor for HEET here. They'll go for the AK-47s and Galil combo. We haven't seen much from the Afro T-side AWP, not a problem. They've been doing very well without it. So here we go, the penultimate round. Farlig has been nice and dynamic. We've seen it towards ramp and heaven. This time positions towards garage by the looks of things.
Default spread here, nothing too crazy from either team out the gates. A bit more yard focus. Flame is the unknown entity at secret right now, so early information, but he is isolated from assisting his teammates in this position. They're trying ramp again here. This will be a window smoke from Afro. That's going to bounce up over towards CT spawn and back down towards the lockers as they're feigning a lot of yard presence here, but remember, Flame has all this space. Now there's 3 eyes currently tasked with yard. That means Zip is on his own for now. He's got 1 and done, and it's just going to drop back.
That's all you have to do. As long as you maintain the advantage, you can give them ramp control. It's not a bomb site, of course. Maybe overstepping the mark here, but Farlig gets away with it. So not a problem. They've managed to bring it down to a 5-on-4. They know they've got them contained in towards the ramp room. So their option is to go back towards lobby, execute upper, or try and go enter the lion's den in towards the lower.
He's everywhere.
Side. He really is.
Just ramp. He's gone up heaven. He's dropped into the side, doing a bit of a simple esque maneuver here, just finding all the kills. Steps out. They're in the crosshair. Fire. Simple stuff from Farlig here, making it look easy.
Yeah, they haven't really inflicted any damage here whatsoever. Running out of steam. HEET, as we'll see JACKZ left towards the hub. Doesn't look like he'll be saving this one either. Just going to see what's available to him. 7 kills so far. Would need 5 more to even get close. As we'll see him walk to his inevitable demise. There it is, Glaive. Continuing to find space and the advantage for Astralis. No problem towards the upper bomb side the last few rounds as they start to look a bit more comfortable on that side of the server now.
Yeah, I think maybe they have to do that top rush that you were referencing earlier, where it was, I think it was like the third round of play, right? That's where they got their first round this game. They lost pistol, they went for just a light pistol upgrade, and then they went for a half buy in the third round, which netted them success. And they've, well, put together whatever they can afford here.
It's not much, but it's something. Maybe you're right, it's good to be the upper play. All that utility thrown towards main entrance. Lamef, though, he knows he's got an opportunity here. First kill will be his. Players around him, though, he's got Afro to deal with. Only got the Galil, though.
We're worried about a player deep here, but Afro's already quite close. Blame on the jiggle. Should go down here. Afro fluffed the lines a little bit, and Blame just making sure this vent crawl from Djoko will come in unscathed. He does tickle down to about 70 points of health here, but at this point, with 2 men down, you're going to need a miracle.
Now they're trying the boost in towards the trophy room right now, giving you like a nice angle towards potential AWP on the other side, but no one's going to give them anything. They've got a 5-on-3. They don't need to explore their options. They don't need to force the issue here. They've got a great crossfire set up towards ramp. Djoko's down there, sure, but without his teammates, it doesn't really mean too much. You'll have to shoot out a window to even get close to them. Molotov comes through. Good shot from Farlig. Remember, he's baiting in Zipex as well. He's in that tight corner, who should be absolutely fine to find his penultimate kill. And there it is, actually, Farlig that drops the bomb. So there we have it. It is going to be a 9-6 finish here. He were looking incredibly good for a moment there, Chad, but certainly run out of gas towards the end.
Yeah, a bit of a rough finish here, but Astralis back in the driver's seat. One more half of Counter-Strike to come for series number 1 of day 3 at ESL Pro League Season 16's Group C. We'll see you in a moment.
The kings of Counter-Strike, juggernauts, and an unstoppable force. That's how you could describe Astralis' blazing hot form in the latter half of 2019. There was almost nothing they weren't able to win. However, the semifinal in Cologne against Team Vitality just wasn't one of those days. But they didn't bow out without a fight. After being demolished on the first map, the Danes showed their true colors on Inferno, and after an intense battle, managed to bring the game into overtime. Now was the time for heroes to rise, and Device was the one to heed the call.
They do have a 3-man stack on this side. Device just had a really rough game. Flashed, he's going to get that shot, and it has to feel a little bit going out middle of the air. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. He takes every single one from nothing to the AWPAs.
Welcome back to ESL Pro League. It's the third and final map between Astralis and HEET. It's 9-6.5 as Astralis switch over to their T-side campaign. They have looked good in the last 5 rounds. Chad managed to string all of those together, and HEET's starting to drop off somewhat.
Yeah, this is the best performance from HEET we've got so far throughout the Pro League, but in a game where they've definitely had their chances, opportunities to convert, they will be frustrated with themselves, but they can set those wrongs right here if they can pick up the pistol and potentially tie things up.
Well, they've shown us they at least have the fragging capabilities in this squad. There's a lot of firepower here. It's just some of the smaller details that they need to refine before they could maybe take this sort of series. But we'll see what they can do on their CT campaign. Dual elites out, as you might expect, for exercise, and a bit of a sneaky maneuver down towards the vents. Config, Blade leading the charge here, but his Zipex will get dropped through the smoke. Exercise just investigating towards the lobby. Maybe a quick plan here.
The fact they've taken off the tail of this attack is pretty positive. They can turn their attention now. The only man they have to worry about is Blame towards Yard. Djoko needs to wait for the backup of his teammates here. Has been gooshed down, and Config, he's ready to go. Just steps out, deletes body. Exercise with the trade, and those Julies looking to get activated here. Djoko's found one on the goosh. It's Farlig to find a frag as well, and back in. He'll bounce on top as it's just going to be Djoko now and Afro to get it done.
Wow.
What a menace. 21 kills for him. Really coming into his own throughout this Pro League group stage.
Absolutely true. Afro now with no chance. A great position there. Death from above as Farlig takes matters into his own hands there. Recovers the dual Berettas as well. He's got 22 and 8 so far. That is not bad at all.
He's really started to step things up. He's no longer doubting himself in all of these movements.
Definitely not. He's had enough.
His aim is looking fantastic. He's thinking on his feet quite quickly. After this third kill, the immediate reposition onto... There's no way this is being cleared. Afro's not ready for that.
Yeah.
This is the Farlig that I think everybody wanted to see.
Absolutely true. Very happy to see him doing well out there. And we get into round number 2, and it's a full eco for HEET. They are quite conservative on the approach most of the time. It's stacked towards main entrance, however, and it will be Blame F to once again get himself down towards the vents. But that's all they have to do for now. It's just a Mac 10 going down, exploring their options, waiting for any reactive plays, seeing if his CTs follow him down. But not many opportunities here. One flash, and bodyy can maybe allow a swing towards outside. We'll see if that's going to be the case. Let's throw some outside utilities you might expect. Don't necessarily have to use it. The T's will be focusing towards lobby for now. No one's outside whatsoever. Just trying to bait out the CTs here. Here's the flashbang.
And nothing.
Yeah, nothing at all. So the bait worked very well for Astralis there. And Blame F's got himself a lovely freebie.
Out of a couple more, he's hit all these stampeding ecos above him, so has a great idea where he can look for a couple more kills. Display picks the target the furthest away. Does get him low, but now he's the man being run down. The hunter becomes the hunted.
Nice
Great molly, yeah. Well, that probably stalls it out completely, doesn't it?
Nothing they can do. It wasn't like they had many options with just USPs, but would have liked to pick up that kill if possible. Zipex, he wants to have a go at farming some cash if possible. He'll get himself $1,200, but Afro will finally find him. Final kill available now. Didn't see Afro there on 1 point of health. And there we have it. Astralis getting 2-0 to open things up. Config looking like he's up for every single duel available on Nuke right now. He is not backing down whatsoever.
Yeah, if he can get this first rifle round and maybe Config continues with some of these more brazen fights, we've seen what can happen, but he's really going to have to turn this on its head. It felt unlikely on Inferno, even though it was close. It feels unlikely here on Nuke. The proof can only be in the pudding, and HEET are the ones who are going to have to provide that. This vent drop is becoming a big problem for a lot of teams here, especially on the lower buys. They don't have the util. It's going to be a top pop. That's fantastic. Just bombarding. Hey, JACKZ on top of the hut. Oh, he doesn't have any of it in his face. And Afro and Exercise get activated after that initial exchange. You'll have heard that. The smoke will tickle the leg of Glaive.
Well, the rush has been shut down, but the round is still on. Astralis will have Farlig and Glaive alive, and bear in mind, Farlig's got 23 kills so far. So if they can find a couple of incisions here, you never know. Glaive spots that smoke coming in from main, but not his day, it seems, as Exercise will close things out. 4 players surviving there, but a bit of a bonus round has to be said with Galil's Mac 10s. Try the upper rush. It does work out. You can catch them with the flashbangs, which they did. Just HEET managing to respond very well.
But Zip and Glaive, right, they really don't have enough money here for a full buy. Glaive can at least get like a Galil and armor, whereas you look at Zip, he had 1.7k, so for him it's going to be not a whole lot. It was a little bit chaotic here, but that tends to be how the scenes follow with a rush. They will buy in 3 AKs, a Galil, and a P250. Now, I think the way for Astralis to win this game is just to outmaneuver HEET. I think that they're going to have better rotations. They're going to have a better understanding of the map. Oh, they're flashing, they're fighting. The knife was out there. Not ready for Farlig.
Follow-up grenade, but doesn't do too much. A bit more than I expected, down to 77. But yeah, there was certainly a possibility that Farlig could open things up there. It's going to be Blame F, however. That's towards ramp. He seems to be so comfortable on this side of the map. Exercise, do you dare? Take a swing. Well, he does, and he'll be absolutely destroyed.
See, outmaneuvering them means they can't just play heads-up Counter-Strike. They can't have all the bodies there responding to the utility. You're showing presence outside. You're taking fights towards ramp. And when
using comms at that point as well, right? You're saying, right, there's players towards secret, ramp, upper, flashes all over the place, Molotov out, and JACKZ. He displayed some trigger discipline. I was about to say maybe a couple of frags go in his favor, but he still gets 2 regardless, but doesn't mean a whole lot. Just body remaining, he's down towards lower.
Yeah, this is not looking too good for HEET, but that's what we expected here today. Definitely some stuff for them to work on. I think the problem is when you get strung out in that fashion as well, you either need to, as a CT, if you get isolated like Djoko, for example, make sure you're either playing for info so you can spot and fall, or you're in a position where if you're going to be committed to the fight, make sure it's at least a one and done, right? Make sure that you're guaranteed that you're going to get that 1 kill. But 12 now for Astralis. And it's curious, this group, because it is wide open. That was the key component of today's conversation, is the fact that the group is wide open. HEET have avoided elimination today by picking up a 1-map victory on Dust 2. So that's at least meant they have hope. Whether or not that is a realistic hope, they still have something to cling on to. And we have Complexity currently topping the group with a 2-0 scoreline in their opening 2 matches. The only team to be at 2-0 at this current juncture. They will be taking on Heroic next.
That's going to be a good game. Looking forward to that one for sure. And we are in touching distance now, closing this one out. Astralis, 12 rounds to the name. We've got a tactical timeout just to discuss the options of HEET. Money's okay for them, but there's some concessions to be made, as we'll see the MP9s being purchased. And not the end of the world on a map like Nuke. Plenty of positions for that weapon. It's just if it gets to a post plan, you're potentially in some trouble. But no kits as well. They can afford them, so I assume bodyy will bring one for the party, but apparently not. Opt for all the utility instead. So if the bomb does get planted, it comes down to one of those situations. They could be in a lot of trouble here. bodyy, just to know, 6 kills for him. Djoko on 7 after having such fantastic performances in Dust 2 as well. Some of the key components here not showing up so far on Nuke. And we're back into it. bodyy, Molotov off, losing vision. And a lot of damage there towards Farlig.
Djoko has a chance still to step up here late. Looks like Ramp might get a little bit more playtime, and bodyy needs to be very careful. Takes a straight shot. Get a close door smoke coming in here. Just going to buy himself a buffer now. No yard presence from Astralis here. Oh, he's going to slink down the vent. Just posturing right now. They have enough utility for a top execute.
Yeah, I guess it is working out what they're up against right now, and Afro's been given a bit of a freebie out there. Config.
Falling off a main, maybe?
I don't know. We'll have to check it out after, but either way, it's going to be a 5-on-4 with Farlig down to 2 HP as well. This could be a chance for HEET to get back into this. They've got everything they need. Still with 3 smokes on the CT side as well. Exercise with the MP9, as you said, still viable towards upper, but
coming through.
They've got to barge through the smoke here now. JACKZ still so aware of main entrance. No one there for now. And dropping the flashbang. I think he might have done enough here. 5 versus 3, send them packing. Zipex still towards the huts. Exercise, gets away with it. No information gathered for either party.
There's 2 players down towards B already, but they're not both focused towards this ramp position just yet. Djoko is playing behind the top of the silo on the side, and Farlig might be the first to run in here. Virtue with the low HP. Djoko should have this one. Yeah, we'll finish what he started at the start of the round, and this is a fantastic sequence. 2 kills. The third will be for bodyy there. So the 2 names that we mentioned needing a bit more impact will step up and get them the 8th.
Yeah, that was very comfortable to say the least. And Astralis don't get a whole lot done. Interested to see how Config went down there, Chad. What happened here? Was he jumping? Okay, yeah. Just as he was going down. That is unfortunate. It's bad timing, I suppose.
Situation, that's all it is.
Yeah, and JACKZ doing a great job shoving them down towards lower. As we mentioned, Djoko, nice sequence of events for him. Gets 2.5 kills, and they're able to close things out cleanly. And they've actually forced a bit of an eco here of Astralis. So 12-9 looking very likely.
Yeah, that box that Afro was on, right? When Config's up on silo, he's going to look behind CT red, which is now blue. He's going to look warehouse. He won't see a fight there. Looks secret, looks close red. And when that happens, it's like, okay, well, we throw a lurk smoke front main. That means anybody that should be able to try and have a little bit of glance should have no vision. But just the positioning from Afro here. Oh, just a little crisp click of that one. He will be, oh, all right. Just keep peppering away, please, Afro. We'll take another one of those. Two just clean. His aim is really starting to grow on me. This AWPer has rifling ability as well, and a bit of pep in the step. A third in the round. It is sharp stuff from Afro.
Yeah, that was very good, I have to say. Impressive. blameF, well, he'll be taken care of as well. It's JACKZ closing in on the round victory, and JACKZ confirm it. So there it is, 12-9, as expected. Didn't really bring a whole lot there, and they still don't have a full buy, chat. It might be another partial here for Astralis. They'll go for the Galils instead, so opting to buy into it. And here's the replay of that crispy aim coming in from the sniper with the M4. Just before the smoke blooms, he's able to get the information and just keep spamming through. Lots of lovely adjustments here as well. Good flicks. And as mentioned, 3, make it 4 Galils, opting for the utility instead. This will be a difficult round to win, lacking firepower here.
Yeah, an opportunity now for HEET to get back in the game. This is the type of round you'd be loving to go up against here. And Farlig, the point man, he seems to do it all today. Aggressive, straight down secret, the first man. He does have multiple members trailing behind him who are just taking their time, not wanting to give away too many sound cues, but Farlig has secured the lower quadrant. The rotation point for that is going to be Djoko. He's actually, it's bodyy who's down towards lower this time. Djoko is still over towards ramp. Now, this is where bodyy will need a bit of a multi-kill if they do come his way.
He's got the AK-47, so the damage output will be very high. He just needs to spot for a bit of information first. JACKZ will be joining him from the vents as well. So good crossfire here. They've played it well, but only finding one so far. So that's the advantage towards Astralis, but not for long. Afro striking config with the AWP. bodyy repositioning now as well, and it's a great maneuver. 4 versus 2. ZipX waiting towards single door. blameF, he's nowhere to be seen. 45 seconds. ZipX with the bomb. Needs to be very careful here. Drops the HE towards the bomb site, hoping someone will be behind the silo, can flush them out, but if anything, he needs to reposition here. blameF, so far removed.
Does he want to try and come up the vent? Yeah, he does. He's currently not being watched. Blame's been able to creep out to confirm that. Zip also has a smoke. They could smoke off main and try and isolate the site here, but creeping and crawling. This is the duel. The next fight on Zip's plate, he's having to worry about the entire site, but creeps in, has the angle advantage over Exercise here in a 4-on-2. Starting to look ever more likely. Blame sort of towards the vent, the deny on the plan. Afro, that's some big balls right there. Blame, he's just nowhere to be able to contribute. He's been nowhere the entire round, and he's left absolutely, way too late to get any action. But the whoa, okay, he's gonna get it. That could have been a miserable sequence for Blame.
Well, it is still quite a miserable state of affairs on the T side. They are averaging $3,000 per player. HEET have now hit double digits, and this game is still very, very competitive. They've got AK-47s on the CT side. Afro not missing much, and these high-flying antics from bodyy. Great maneuvers towards the lower bomb set, and Afro denying the plant as well. So not only winning the round, denying extra cash, meaning they can't really buy into this round, Chad. As we'll see, blameF on the AWP. That is not bad at all.
They must have known that was coming, right? They must have known that there was a chance for the AWP to be picked up here. So, look, we love throwing this one around, but really not known to be an AWP. He can get another kill.
Isn't it?
That's one of the greatest, I would say. Not known to be an AWP.
Oh, well, Afro certainly is, and he pulls a kill back at least. That's in the form of ZipX. Now bear in mind, sure, blameF's got the AWP, but there's nothing, and I mean nothing around him. Glocks, no armor, no nades. Great opening kill, but unless they can recover that rifle, doesn't really mean too much. At least got themselves a couple of deagles now, as Afro will retreat from the secret area. Time still fine with 50 seconds remaining, but what do you do with it? I guess the AWP can go for a secondary kill towards ramp, but it's unlikely anyone else is there.
Well, there's another gun available here, so at least they could find themselves a weapon.
True.
So there's something to be gained for Glaive as he is really putting his body on the line here. Now, will they check on top of the box?
They're just gonna walk past it.
What's on the box? What's on the box? What's on the box today?
It was just there for the taking.
Oh, it's camouflage. The Asimov perfectly
Right,
placed
it
on
is
top of the
camouflage.
orange box.
That's a good point. Maybe just blending in with the map there. Interesting.
We can hear you. We can definitely hear you. Bodyy, sketchy business.
Right. All under control, though, it seems, and the AK-47 will be left the rest in towards our ramp room. So, an interesting start, and unfortunately, quite a clumsy finish from Astralis trying to get up toward the ladder. Didn't work out for them. 12-11, chat. Now, let me hear the tone in your voice now.
And another round where Blame does not have an AK. Because
True.
he saved the AWP, no loss bonus. That means for his buy right now, it's a Glil, head armor, a HE, and a smoke. It's double up on the CT side.
Right, guys, I can confirm. Chat is starting to believe right now. On the CT side of Nuke, in the third and final map, money in their favor. HEET could actually pull this one off. They're absolutely chaotic rounds every single time.
They're pushing. Oh, Afro applying pressure. It's hot. Exercise. Makes the first slice. Zip. He's just going to have to sit and watch. A minute 30 on the clock of this onslaught. This is a bit like Inferno top mid. This is where HEET did their best work. Up close and personal. The secondary op of Djoko takes down Blame. HEET are about to tie things up.
They absolutely are. 5-on-3 for now. Bodyy. He'll be assisted. Oh, it's a perfect flashbang. Farlig just had to give up his position and fire off a few bullets just in case. And Glaive will try and sneak in towards the ramp from Djoko. He's got a surprise for him. A big green one. And that's the AWP kill towards the in-game leader of Astralis. So yeah, just 2 players remaining, Chad. They'll go down towards lower. They've got the bomb sure. It's quite a deadly duo, Config and Farlig, but Bodyy doesn't really need to stick around. He can just delay. Play spoiler as we'll see whether they can even get close to a bomb plant. Farlig has been incredibly good. 24 kills, but we said he was on 23 about 5 or 6 rounds ago, so certainly slowing down in terms of the pacing. Great kill from Bodyy. This is a fantastic round. They've got 5 players alive here. They might even drop a single kill. Config will have other ideas. Gets 1 souvenir frag on the way out, but we are all tied up.
I don't know, Henry. I was like, good gracious. Bodyy is bodacious. Flirtatious, trying to show JACKZ faces. Look, I was getting up the classic Nelly Hot in Here song because HEET, you know, so I was trying to...
I thought that was one of your originals.
No, not one of my originals. No. I was trying to see where I could... Look, there's a lot of lyrics in it. It's quite sexual connotations, but
I was going to say, be careful with that one.
Well, that's why I went with good gracious, Bodyy is bodacious. And I thought that was pretty good, right? Because we're talking about the player. And then,
good gracious, Bodyy bodacious. What's the next line?
Well, the next one is flirtatious, trying to show faces. I figured trying to show JACKZ faces.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but this is the thing. It could have been good.
Is that a sexual thing as well? I'm not sure. I need to be careful.
We might leave this.
Yeah, it was a good idea.
Yeah.
But, all right, back into it.
Chorus is safe.
What's the chorus?
Well, it's getting hot in here.
And that works with HEET, doesn't it?
Yeah. So take off all your...
Take off. Well,
I don't know where we'd go with that.
Nah, we should probably just leave it up, I would imagine. Round 25. Tech9s.
Tell me this isn't either a fast play secret or a top rush.
I dare say that this is where Astralis normally will win around like this. Just when you think the underdog has done it, they've got themselves in a prime position. The Tech9s, the flashbangs come through, the Molotovs start doing damage. It starts to feel a bit uncomfortable. Config gets a frag or 2. And they are setting up for a pounce maneuver, but looks of things. 2 players ready by Squeaky. Flashbang in hand for BlameF. That's what it comes down to now. And not the cleanest spray from JACKZ, but it certainly still counts, and he survives. He scampers off towards the hut, and there's the reply. BlameF not going down about a fight.
Well, Djoko with the AWP here against the Tech9. If Zip goes for the wide swing and Djoko doesn't hit this, there's going to be big issues. It's a tag. That's going to be it. Zip, he's stalled out for now. The ramp pressure's starting to come. Djoko knows he needs to make this fight and will. Do they head towards lower? Do they... By the heavens, Config with some gnarly movement, and down they go. The plunge has been taken. Bodyy. This is his chance for the in-game leader again, just to deny any hope and dreams for Astralis. And this one, the silencer comes off, but it shouldn't be the end of the world here unless Farlig sets up a massive clutch. We've seen him try with the AWP towards the lower side a couple of times.
He can
attempt just the other day.
He can certainly pull this one off. He has been looking fantastic the last couple of days, but a lot on his plate, to say the very least. And a bit of a sound cue there. Spots the barrel. A freebie. Bodyy. Not really sure what he was up to there, but it doesn't seem to matter. Afro will close things out there. A few problems for Bodyy. Almost removing his silencer for the M4. That could have been a nightmare, but he got his 1 kill. That was all that was required. And it will be HEET leading the way now.
Ooh, I'm going to stand up for this one now.
You should.
This is the runway. the home straight. The guns come out. Finally, a full buy for everybody on Astralis here.
Now, bear in mind, Chad, they entered this series today, or they hadn't picked up a single map in the tournament. Completely scratched that record off. Managed to win Dust 2 in emphatic fashion. Sure, Inferno didn't go their way, but now on the CT side of Nuke, here they are. 13-12 with lots of money available. Astralis certainly on the back foot. They've given up 6 rounds in a row. They haven't turned up. They won the pistol, the follow-up second.
They won both pistols.
Exactly, very good point. And then they've had 1 gun round since then. Astralis have gone very quiet here on Nuke, and that was quite the opposite story against Complexity. They had a very great showing on their T side. They just can't get going here whatsoever.
Oh, Afro, he's back on his box, Henry.
He really is.
He's not back in his box, he's back on his box, and that's config gone, a pluck. He's out of the server. It's a 4-on-5, and Afro, he loves a repeat, and Glaive does too. Swings out, gets the kill. Warehouse control taken, but they're coming for a fight. I think bodyy and JACKZ are going to keep this push going.
Reactive play, absolutely true, Chad. And Farlig, he probably gets the first one. Dinked in the process. Lovely shot from bodyy, but do they anticipate the second? Apparently so. JACKZ will have to wait at least 7 seconds here. The round still up in the air. A lot more to be done by Astralis to close this one out, but JACKZ, he has to be the linchpin. If he are going to stand a chance, he has to strike at the correct time. You can see Farlig very aware of the prospect of a secondary CT play up.
Oh, no.
And there it is. They come out on top, 4-on-2 now.
Just the timing there from JACKZ. He's picked the wrong moment to move. If he'd stand stalwart there, you think he has a couple of kills. And now down towards a free open bomb site. Rotation points are not available here. Glaive coming around towards ramp. I don't even know if he'd hard clear this position. And again, timing a nightmare, but Djoko this time will get the favorable end of that one. It's Blame out hard.
Hold on.
He's going to go down as well. It's a 2-on-2 with Farlig on 10 HP. Both Blame and Glaive have given over kills they shouldn't have. And there's a chance for this.
There absolutely is. It's all over the place for Astralis now.
The worst option. It's going to be straight into the AWP. He should have both here. He's spotted the toes. Oh, what a drop. What a drop. Farlig's got the first. He knows where the other is right now. 28 kills. Can he make it 29? Remember the low HP. Zipex is here to bail him out. Should be dead to rights. Great work right there. Farlig, the hero. Didn't think we would be saying that, but he's got 28 kills in total. What a monster. What an absolute monster. 10 kills more than anybody else on his team right now.
It comes right down to the wire there, Chad. A 4-on-2 should have been a comfy finish there for Astralis, but anything but. Had he missed one of those shots, it could have all fallen apart, but a very nice position from Zipex. That guarantees it, but as mentioned, there is still money available for the French squad. Running out of it now, bodyy knows how tantalizingly close that was. A 4-on-2 almost going in their favor, but the pressure is mounting. Astralis, after taking a defeat here in the group against Complexity, they knew they had to have a clean run to follow things up. Yesterday, they looked great. Dust 2, however, today, back to their old selves, looking a little bit lackluster, underwhelming as he dominated them on Dust 2. Inferno was better, but now the deciding map of Nuke, it's all square. 13-13 on the T side as well. This could be anyone's game. HEET, after not winning a single map in the tournament so far, on the cusp of taking the series away from Astralis.
Taking a timeout. They've discussed their options here. They still have one in the bank. Afro is going to buy in here, and he's got nothing left after that purchase, just 900 bucks. So, HEET, this is a very important round for them. Glaive has the biggest emission as far as the buy department right now into a Mac 10. Afro's been great, 23 kills for him, going toe-to-toe with Farlig on the other side. bodyy hasn't been getting away with all these aggressive maneuvers. The idea's been great. The execution, fine. Sometimes just wrong position, wrong timing. Lining up some util here. Yeah, you're right, but I don't think in these moments to make that type of a play, I don't know if he's got that in him. JACKZ, he had to extinguish. He really had to extinguish there. Now he's in the open. The flash will fade. Exercise and JACKZ locked down high. It's a massive round, and now he's ready to lock things down. Farlig dead too. It's just Zip. Zip against 3. At 14, Djoko from behind. HEET back into winning ways.
I can't believe it. It looked like there was absolutely no chance there. Completely blind on the heart, having to drop down. Battle the flames, the flashbangs, and still managing to find 3 massive kills. JACKZ goes above and beyond for the team. Let's have a look at the replay here. Look how much chaos is ensuing towards the bomb site. They have no idea. Glaive doesn't hit the drop, and he ends up getting 3 kills from a position where he looked like he was absolutely cooked.
Massive stuff there.
Oh,
massive
my
stuff.
days.
And look at bodyy. He's getting fired up. The boys are enjoying himself now.
Partial buy, Chad. A couple of AKs, and we'll see who gets the first frag here. It's going to be bodyy, and the bomb goes down. It's not a clean round whatsoever from Astralis. They're giving this one away. The AWP strikes from the garage, and it's just a Mac 10 on main entrance here. 5 versus 3. Glaive, how does he pull a frag back in their favor? I have no idea.
I think Afro may have just seen the tip of the head there on that jump up. He might have caught the information. Now it's going to come down to Djoko, and this is A very difficult position to find himself in with the AWP. If he gets swarmed from single door, I don't know if maybe they didn't spot, because Djoko wouldn't be playing a position like this if he was worried about somebody slamming open a door here. Fortunately, Glaive up towards the windows. This still could pay off for Djoko here. You can see he just hasn't considered it whatsoever.
Well, presumably the windows aren't smashed, right? So there'd have to be a big sound cue from Glaive to get out. Waiting for his opportunity, the Molotov.
Djoko, he hasn't clicked.
Yeah.
He knows now. And that's going to be it. Only 2v5. Blame and Zip. They're both the clutch players, but never work well together.
That's a good point. Clashing play styles, I would say. And a 5-on-2, was there anything that can be done for it? All you have to do is run the clock down if you're on the CT side, or snipe them down as well. That certainly works. And there it is, series point for HEET against Astralis here at ESL Pro League. Who would have thought we'd find ourselves here?
Look at Blame. He's just way too late. There's one thing about being fashionably late, but right now this is
awkward.
Not going to cut the mustard. Everybody's already left the party. Everybody's already gone home. There's no music playing, and you've just shown up on the dance floor. Well, the first kill, it's going to activate things. The bomb, the fake. If he gets it down, if he got it down immediately, he could have bought himself some time, but now he's completely out of it and he's playing for the save. The money's not there. He wants the AK. Worst case scenario, he dies after time here, and they're starting to hunt for him. They know where he is. They'll get the AK out of his hands. He will get the loss bonus.
Okay. Wow. So he'll get $3,400 on top of the 500 he had. But still, it's bodyy. Opening of the fragging here. The bomb gets dropped outside. Afro responds. Great shots from the snipers. Working in tandem here. A fantastic round, and now 2 opportunities for HEET to find their first series victory here at ESL Pro League. And the pressure couldn't be higher for the Danes. Now, they partially invested into that previous round, meaning they had about $2,000 per player. There were a couple of AKs, though, so BlameF, Config, they are only going to have Galils here. There is an AWP for Farlig, who has been fantastic, as you mentioned a couple of times here, but a tactical timeout. Need to discuss their options. They're on the back foot once again.
The thing is, in these last few rounds, when the fight's been coming their way, you can see these aggressive maneuvers now starting to pay off for HEET. They're finding the opening picks. They're not having issues when they're pushing out close towards Yard, when they're sniping you off at the top of Silo. JACKZ has done a good job towards the top side as well, stalling them out. JACKZ has had his moments. Djoko now into that secondary AWP. Well, that was at least something that we were focusing on earlier. Run boost here for Farlig. Ooh, won't stick the landing there. Jump up regardless, and that's a great opener for Farlig. 29 kills now, continuing to find impact here.
Yeah, absolutely true. As bodyy trying to get to that same advantageous position he found himself in before. Cracked open the previous round of that one, but now reactive play from the CTs, trying to see if they can find any sort of aggression to bring things back in their favor. Currently a 5-on-4 for Astralis. Outside smokes deployed, and it's Afro. We know how strong he's been so far. 25 kills, trying to delay with the incendiary. No gaps to be spotted.
Well, this is where indecision is going to start to brew. Do they want to fight for this, or are they already considering a save here into the next round? Lost bonus bottom of the barrel. They will need to try and pull this one off as Blame. He peers down. He doesn't see anything at all. They might get the better of him here. Lobby is called clear. JACKZ is going around the world. They are aware of this, and that's a huge kill from JACKZ. They still have Blame on the roof. He wasn't covering the corners correctly. I don't know if Blame's going to move here. You can see he doesn't want to give away the sound cue, right? And the time is the issue. They don't have all the time in the world. 45 seconds, continuing to tick down. A 4-on-4 now. They can't go back. They can't go forward. They're still looking for JACKZ. The timing is perfect for JACKZ.
Blame surely gets him now.
Why is he not activating?
I have no idea, but it's cost him a couple of kills now. Back to a 3-on-3. A rare miss from Afro. Keeps Config alive for now, and he'll take that opportunity to scramble towards Secret, but the pressure, it's certainly mounting now. Running out of time, 20 seconds, Chad. They still have the plan.
Might take Afro here. He's running back turn. Noise. Config's going to take that, but the bomb, it needs to get past JACKZ. Are they going to both go out squeaky? They're running into the top side. JACKZ can deny this on the cross. He can win this right here, right now. Steps out. He misses. It's Djoko's chance, and Astralis, they stay alive.
Wow. You can see these aren't the prettiest rounds. Not the most concise, but it's going to be Astralis keeping the dream alive for now. Hunting for overtime if possible. They might have done enough here. Money is quite low on the CT side as we enter round number 30. We're going the full distance now. Of course, Astralis now upgrading to AK-47s. They've got an AWP of their own. That was the key frag there to close out the round. An opportunity for sure as they made their way towards the upper bomb side. Djoko, if he gets the double kill, it could have been enough with the timer, but wasn't meant to be, and he knows it. Here we go then. Who will be finding that
the opener
first kill?
again.
Yeah, it's Farlig.
He only had one opening kill, and now in the last 2 rounds has doubled up, right? That's fantastic from him. His openers are massive, but bodyy, that's a heads-up play.
The AWP.
He knew he had to draw that one back. The elevation of the box, the smoke in his favor. Djoko is the one who would love to find himself a gun here. Just with a deagle, he's the ramp player, so he's in no position to go and find that. These next minute and 20 seconds for Astralis is going to be some tense moments.
They're looking a little bit frazzled as well, a little indecisive as to where they want to end up, who's throwing the smoke. It's absolutely fine. In towards T-spawn for now, but that's all a bit of a ruse. They're taking vision away from the CTs and they're heading back towards lobby. JACKZ will take the bait somewhat and have to be investigating the options down towards lower. Remember, it's Djoko only with the deagle, and he's the player in towards ramp now. Is he boosted or anything? Just using a pixel gap.
Fine.
Just going to try and buy it. He actually probably gets a kill off this. There it is. Config goes down. He's segregated, Chad. We talk about him being away from his teammates sometimes, and that's a freebie.
They didn't extinguish. They didn't follow him through. There was no way forward here. They have to go back and knock on the door of top site. JACKZ is rotated towards lower, sure. Exercise is in the site. body's here to help as well. Perfectly timed smoke here. bodyy with the AWP. Could be the perfect weapon for the job. Train towards Squeaky. All three are creeping through. When they poke up the head, it's going to be whack-a-mole. bodyy, the first is perfect. They know now.
Could this be it, Chad? 4 versus 2. ZipX with the bomb on his back. Blame F in tow. They've got so much to do and just not enough time. 15 seconds. Can't clear absolutely everything. Exercise will lose his teammate in the form of bodyy, but here comes Djoko. That looks like a guaranteed frag, and they've done it. Ladies and gentlemen, it will be a 2-1 victory in favor of HEET Gaming. I cannot believe I'm saying it. They came into this matchup without a single map under their belt, and they have blown Astralis out of the water. What an incredible performance, Chad.
This group is wide open. Coming in today, Complexity at the top of the charts, 2-0. Astralis had a chance to get themselves up to a 2-1 scoreline in this group stage, but look at the faces. Look at HEET. bodyy was fired up right there. This was some good counter-strike. Took them a couple of days to get involved.